Afternoon, little friends. Today we're going to read Junie B Jones Is a Graduation Girl by Barbara Park. It is the second Junie B Jones book that I've read. I loved the first one. I'm sure I'll love this one too. Chapter 1, The Month of Junie. My name is Junie B Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except for I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. She said that at the beginning of the last book, too. It's very important. I was named after the month of Junie. I think she means June, but she spelled it Junie. Because Junie is the month I was born in, of course. And wait till you hear this. Yesterday, I finally had my birthday, and now I am 6 years old. That day was like magic, I tell you. Junie. Because on Saturday night when I went to bed, I was only 5 years old. And the next morning, boom, I was 6. My grandma Helen Miller had a happy birthday party for me. She invited my mother and daddy and my grandpa Frank Miller. Also, she invited my baby brother named Ollie. He is 7 months old. He did not add that much. I love my party a very lot. First, I love my chocolatey cake with white icing. Next, I love my strawberry ice cream. Plus, also, I love my balloons and my funny birthday hats and all my happy birthday cards. But mostly, I love my presents. I got 5 entire boxes to open, and good news, none of them was clothes. Mostly, I got toys and games. Also, I got a tool belt just my size. Plus, my grandpa Miller gave me my very own plumbing supplies to help fix the toilet. But that is not even the end of my excitement, because that night when Mother tucked me into bed, she reminded me that I am graduating from kindergarten on Friday. My stomach felt jumpy inside when she said that. I quick counted my fingers. But Friday is only 5 more days, I said. I did a gulp. That evening sneaked right up on us, didn't it? I said, kind of nervous. Mother hugged me. You're not worried, are you, Junie B? She asked. Graduation will be fun, I promise, and you're going to love first grade. But Polly Allen Puffer says that next year everything will be different, I said. He says the first grade won't have the same kids as room 9 does, and so all of our classmates will be weirdo strangers. Mother did a frown. No, that's not true, she said. I'm sure you'll know a lot of children in your class next year, Junie B. But even if your best friends aren't in your room, you will still be able to play with them at recess, right? I nodded my head kind of slow. Yes, I guess so. Plus, Polly Allen Puffer says that we will be the boss of all the kindergarten kids. So that will be fun, probably. And also, he says our brains and our feet will double in size. Mother stared at me a real long time. That Polly Allen Puffer is a fountain of knowledge, she said, very quiet. After that, we talked some more about graduation and first grade. And guess what? The next day at school, my teacher talked about it even more. Her name is Miss. She has another name too, but I just like Miss, and that's all. Miss clapped her hands real happy. Well, this is it, boys and girls, she said. Graduation week is finally here. At 7 o'clock on Friday evening, room 8 and room 9 will have our graduation ceremony together. And of course, the children in morning kindergarten will be graduating too. So every single one of you will receive a diploma. I sprang out of my chair, very thrilled. A diploma? A diploma? I will love a diploma, I shouted. Just then, I did a teensy frown. It's not clothes, correct? I asked. A meanie boy named Jim laughed real loud. Ha! You goony bird, Jones. You don't even know what a diploma is, he said. I stamped my foot at that boy. Oh, yes, I do, Jim, I said. I know perfectly well what it is, but I am not even the teacher here, and so I will let her explain it to the class. I sat down, smoothed my skirt, then I pointed to Miss. Okay, go, I said. Miss wrinkled her eyebrows at me. As I was about to say, a diploma is a very special piece of paper. A diploma is a certificate that says you've completed part of your education. As you go through school, you'll get several diplomas, she said, but this one will be your first. I springed up again. And guess what else, Miss? I am not even afraid of first grade anymore, because I'll be getting big feet and brains. Miss said, sit down to me. Then she told us more about graduation. She said that as a treat for our families, we will be making them special graduation invitations. And so that will be our activity for the day. Yippee, I said. I love making invitations, miss. On account of that does not even sound like learning. After that, I clapped and clapped, and all of room 9 clapped with me, because graduation week was starting off like a charm. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2, rhymes. I sat at my table very nice. Miss passed our color paper for our invitations. Also, she passed our curly ribbon and lace and paste and bottles of sparkly glitter. Just as I remember, she said, we do not paste glitter in our eyebrows, and we do not put lace on our noses. And above all, we do not glue curly ribbons to our heads and pretend that it's long hair. That's a lot of rules. She looked and looked at me. I squirmed in my seat a little bit, because that woman had a memory like a hawk, I tell you. Finally, Miss went to the board, and she picked up her chalk. On the side of our cards, we're going to write a poem about graduation. Does anyone have any ideas for the first line? My friend named Grace waved her hand all around in the air. Roses are red, she called out. Yes, hollered room 9, roses are red. Miss smiled. She wrote on the board for us. Okay, now, what about the second line, she asked. Room 9 hollered again. Violets are blue, violets are blue, violets are blue. Miss wrote that line too. Very good, class, she said. Now, who can think of a third line? Maybe we should try to mention something about graduation in this one. Does anyone have any ideas? A shy boy named William stood up next to his table. Graduation is here, he said, kind of nervous. Miss grinned real big. Excellent job, William, excellent. She printed it on the board. All right, there's just one more line to go, she said. Let's try to make the last word rhyme with the word blue, okay? Sounds reasonable. She read the first 3 lines out loud to us. Roses are red, violets are blue, graduation is here. Room 9 thought and thought. Then all of a sudden, rhymes started coming from all over the place. Miss, my dress will be new, called Lucille. My dad's name is Lou, called Jamal Hall. We made it, woohoo, called Lenny. I can speak. Just then, Polly Allen Puffer springed right out of his chair, and he started laughing his head off. The zoo is P.U., he shouted his loudest. And then all of room 9 laughed our heads off too, because P.U. is the silliest rhyme we'd ever heard of. Miss clapped her mad hands together. Boys and girls, that's enough, she grouched. She hurried to Polly Allen Puffer's table, and she put him back in his seat. I do not appreciate that kind of behavior, young man, she said. We're trying to write a nice class poem here, Polly Allen, and your rhyme was entirely inappropriate. After that, I tried to stop giggling, but that silly poem kept on staying inside my head. And then out of nowhere, another funny poem popped right into my brain, and I couldn't even hold it inside me. I quick jumped on my chair. Roses are red, violets are blue, graduation is here, and your feet smell like stink, I shouted. After that, room 9 could not even control themselves again, because that poem was the funniest thing they'd ever heard. My teacher's eyes got big and wide at me. Junie B Jones. Didn't you hear a word I just said? She said, very annoyed. Then Miss hurried to my table, and she took me into the hall. And she pointed me straight to the office. All right, that's the end of chapter 2. We'll continue with chapter 3 next time.